Welcome to Paul's Toolbox. Today we're going to cover drilling your holes in the back of your granite for your faucets. Now, if you've seen the other previous videos, you've seen how to cut your granite, polish it, put undermount sinks. If you put an undermount sink in, you're going to have to drill holes in the back of your granite for the faucet to fit in. Alright, this is the easiest part of working with granite. You're just going to drill a little hole in there, so it's almost like using your regular drill and drilling in wood. It's just a little bit different. Now, the only tools you'll need for this is a grinder or possibly a drill, a heavy-duty drill, if that's the way you want to do it. Personally, I like a grinder. It works a lot better, and you're using it already when you're cutting granite. So if you're working with granite, you need a grinder. Alright, if you use a drill, you're going to have to put a mandrel on here. That's going to connect this, give you a connection to put a drill on it. If you're using a grinder, you just screw it right to the end on there. There's a 5/8 arbor on the grinders that you'll use for this. This screws right on the end of it, and it works perfectly. These are two main bits that I keep in my toolbox. This one is the most used bit of all. This is an 1 3/8, and 99% of your jobs will use an 1 3/8 hole. Okay? This one is an 1 3/4. Every once in a while I'll get a custom job. Someone has a different faucet with a large connector in there, and everything goes in the same hole. It's just a little crammed up in there with an 1 3/8. I'll just step up to an 1 3/4. Your plate's going to cover over that anyway. The most important part of working with granite is being safe. I wear eye protection, and I always use a respirator. I emphasize that in my videos. I like to cut things wet 99% of the time, and I use a respirator anyway because you don't want that kind of dust in your lungs or in your throat. What happens is granite dust, concrete dust, any of that cakes up. If you just take it and put it in your hand with water, you'll see how it handles it. It'll soak it up and it gets clumpy and heavy. That can sit in your lungs. Be safe. Just wear a respirator. Now that I have my line traced around here, I can see exactly where my hole is going to be. Since you don't have a pilot bit, you're going to take this and walk it in. So you're going to take it on the edge and you're going to step into it like this slowly. Once you're on here solid, then you can work it around and drill this hole. But if you take this and set it straight down on here, it's going to spin off and it's going to gouge this and make a mess. So make sure you're braced properly. Take this on the end and just walk it in. If you look closely at a stone cutting hole saw, you'll notice there's no pilot bit on it. And the reason is, this is smooth. It's made to bore its way through the stone, and it doesn't need a bit to keep it in place. If you catch this on an angle and walk it into the position, it's going to stay steady for you. If you look at your regular wood or bimetal hole saw, you'll see it has a pilot bit. Without this pilot bit, these teeth would catch on something and jump all over the place. Just look closely at it and you'll see one's smooth and one's jagged. That's it. When I drill these holes out, I use maximum RPMs, so you don't have to worry about a variable speed grinder. You can use any grinder with a 5/8 arbor. Just remember, on stone, let the tools do it for you. You don't have to push on here real hard. You could possibly damage your granite or your bit. Just let it walk through here. You just sit here and turn it, put a little bit of pressure on here as you turn it, it's going to walk right through. That's it for now. I'll talk to you later.